All right, so today's adventure is kind of a showcase of a local bait company. And today what we're going to be talking about is the good old Crock Gator bait company. I'm hoping that focuses in. And this is just kind of a small selection of what they sell. It is by far no means of their inventory and the different products that they have. Crock Gator bait company can be found on the internet. It can be found on Facebook, as well as they have a YouTube channel. I was privileged to meet the owners a couple weeks ago at a local fishing market, and actually get to meet them face to face. The owners is James and Denise Dill, and not only do they run this company, but they run a full-fledged guide service as well for the Lake of the Ozarks area. So be sure to check out their website, check out their Facebook page, and check out their products. So when I first got into kayak fishing a few years ago, I met a local kayak angler, and he was giving me some tips on fishing in the area. And one of the tips he gave me was about the Crock Gator head knockers, the X-Bite as well as the regular head knocker. The Crock Gator head knocker is what he recommended I try, with some plastics behind it. I never owned one, so I ended up buying one. I actually found it locally in a store. And then after I bought it, I ended up going to their website and checking them out and seeing the various products. One of the very first things that I bought from their website was their tubes. They've got some great salty tubes in various colors, black and blue, as well as a smoke purple, and my go-to #1 favorite is a smoked pepper with red flake. Growing up in Washington State, fishing, we didn't throw a lot of plastics. Hard lures and, I don't know, some worms. And I don't know, I just did not have the inventory that I've seen when I come to Missouri. And so when I seen these tubes and started throwing them, I started catching some pretty nice fish. And the way that I was rigging them was the stupid tube terminology, where the head is inside the tube, and of course it's hooked up weedless. Then after talking to my friend that was here in Missouri, he recommended the Crock Gator locks. So I ended up buying several packages of these, and it's a pretty ingenious design for soft plastics, not just for tubes, but it has this locking mechanism that once you slide your plastic on, you punch this through the plastic, lock it onto the hook, and it holds it on, whatever it may be. Tubes, you put a tube on it, but you can also put regular soft body plastics on this thing as well, and it's weedless. And they have other colors you can get, and sizes, 5/16 and 7/16 ounce. So I've become a big fan of the Gator the Gator lock. Some other products, the shaky football head. And it's a stand-up football head. Designed for soft plastics. James, the owner of the company, does a Ozark fishing report, and almost every time he does a fishing report, he'll explain some setups and some lures to try. One of his setups, what was called a zapper jig on one of their plastics, and I ended up watching the video, and he described the setup to use. A medium pole, I think it was 7 or 8 to 1 ratio, and I kind of mimicked his setup and made this. But the lure that he recommended was the zapper jig. I'm going to try not to make a mess here. With the swamp bug. And this is their watermelon candy color. But I set this up. Hopefully you can see the head of that. I set this up. Haven't used it yet. So I can't wait for the thaw and try this out. And again, this can be found on their website. One of the things that he'd recommended that I went ahead and bought was when you're using a rig, they have swim jig heads just for it with a wire hook that it is a little bit easier bending when you get snagged up, so you don't have to lose that whole rig. So I ended up buying a package of them as well. I am not sponsored by them in any way. I've paid full price for all my packages, but I am pretty impressed with their products. And to be honest, if I was ever offered a sponsorship from them, I would not hesitate, because I do believe in their products. I do believe in their products very much. This is that swamp bug, and I got it in another color as well. Just a really cool looking plastic, and they have many colors available on the websites that you can order from. Made in the USA, right here in the Ozarks. This is another one of them companies that is products backed by anglers, for anglers. They're fishing year-round, just like many other people, and they know what works, and they know how to make a good product, and they have the ear of many anglers in the area, and they're out at all the different shows and tournaments as well. And it's a pretty cool company. Check them out. Check out their website, and I'm sure you'll be able to find something that fits your needs and in your waters in your areas. It's a pretty neat company, and I'm glad to have been able to find them, to use some of their products, and I've caught some fish on their tubes for sure, and I look forward to using their jig out as well as their head knocker buzz baits. Check them out.